Okay, now it seems to be live. I'm going to double check just to make sure it is working this time. Annoyingly so. Hello, Internet. It is I, Anime Mask Guy here. Are you here? Working this time. Annoyingly so. Hello, Internet. It is I, Anime Mask Guy here. Are you here? Okay, it's working on YouTube. Now let's check my Twitch. Yes, Twitch, it's working. All right, finally. It's working finally. I am glad it's working. My goodness. So, for those of you who joined on Twitch and in YouTube, stupidly enough, Restream wasn't streaming on the platform I plan to stream anyway. And what? What's this? Oh, okay. We specialize in promoting Twitch channels. Check our website, peakpy.com. Remove space. Okay, well, thank you, whoever you are. R Wayne 0007. I'll think about it. But anyway, for those of you who's just joined me on Twitch and Twitch and YouTube, it wasn't. I was actually streaming for an hour, and whilst Kick was working, YouTube and Twitch didn't, because Restream, for whatever reason, said I was live, I was streaming, but when I checked on the actual page of my channel, it wasn't streaming, which is not good. It's not good indeed. Stupid as well, because the entire time it says I am streaming, I am live, and what I'm not. And it goes live. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know. Technology, that's what I can say. That's all I can say about this is technology at its peak. Technology at its finest. Well, as I poured my heart out and soul to the audience, it didn't go anywhere. It's quite sad. It's quite sad, unfortunately. Oh, if you wish to see what I was saying previously, check out my Kick channel. My Kick channel should have whatever it is I was saying for the past hour. So if you wish to see it, go over there to watch it, to rewatch it. If not, stay tuned for more. What did you do? Whilst. Well, before that, let me get myself some Maltesers. Very nice. I need some snacks. Snack is good. Snack is always nice. But don't over snack, because that's how we gain weight. And gaining weight is not our goal. Our goal is, hold on, sorry. Getting stuck on my teeth now. Well, my goal is to gain shape. My goal is to look like Captain America or Thor. That is my goal. When do I plan to fully achieve it? I don't plan to do it in summer or in winter, whatever, or this year or next year. It's going to be a slow process. And I think this is one of the things I have to say about working out, is that we all have this idea that we must get our body in shape in time for whatever season it is. I get that. It's a good goal to achieve. It's a good goal to look at. But if you give yourself only about weeks or even months, maybe like 2 or 3 months, I would have to say that it is very, very hard to achieve that sort of body that you see on Instagram or social media, whichever social media you're looking at, you're using to view your life away. It's very hard to achieve that sort of physique in that short amount of time unless you use anabolic steroids. Now, I don't advise anyone to use steroids at all. Whatever you do in your life is definitely your choice. But if you're asking for my advice, I would definitely say no. No. Don't use it whatsoever. I never used it myself. But one thing I do know for a fact is that many, many countless, countless people's testimonies and science as well itself shows you why you should not use anabolic steroids at such a young age or any time as well because of the side effects it gives you. Now, the only time you should use these kind of steroids is that you need to have hormone therapies. For instance, if your body is no longer producing testosterone, you probably need to go on it because your body requires testosterone to function, especially as a man. Sorry, got itchy eye? Now, as I say, as a man, you do need the hormone of testosterone to function because it gives you the energy, it also gives you the physicality of the strength, I mean, like to do your laborious job, whether it is in office or going out in the fields, like doing the blue collar work job or white collar job, any of them, you still need the testosterone to endure the arduous time of these kind of like jobs in the life. So if your body is no longer producing it, it becomes extremely hard for you to focus, to well, to do your task and to complete your task as well. So I would definitely say if it's for medical reason, go on it because it's a medical reason. As doctors have said, you need it because your body is no longer makes sense, so you need to have it. You need external help to have it to help your body produce it. But if you're saying you want to do it for the fact of well, for vanity reasons and you want to get your physiques in a short amount of time, I would advise against it, only because, especially if you're young men yourself, around your 20s or so, or younger, it can actually stunt your brain development. You can actually be more stupid. Yes, there's actual studies and scientific research to show that if you use anabolic steroids at a very young age, you will unfortunately stunt your brain development. And another thing is, I have to say, is that the amount of back acne you get if your body reacts to a nectar, you have an insane amount of back acne. Your uh, your mood swings as well is another thing that you are going to be. Oh, pardon me. You will be raging a lot more. And another thing is your erectile. You'll have erectile dysfunction. So these things, there's so many side effects to it. I definitely wouldn't say go against it. And even if you are going to compete, I would say compete natural. Don't compete for the IFBB Pro and all that stuff, unless that's where you really want to go to. That's where you want to compete. Okay, then go ahead. But just remember that the side effects you're going to have is very, very great. You just have to be very, very careful with it. You have to be very, very knowledgeable in these certain field and certain situations. You don't jump yourself into a situation where you are not aware, not knowledgeable, and don't have a full understanding of what you are taking into your body, especially. Apologies again, hey people. So these are the things I would definitely say don't do it. Again, Now, going back to what I was trying to say is that getting a physique in 2 to 3 months or even in weeks, it's impossible. There is no such thing as a there's no such solution in the world where you do a certain workout and you will get the physique of your dream. There's no way. There's no way. Even if you were to do it hours for them every day religiously, you're not going to get it. Unfortunately, you're not. It's just how it is. Now, one thing I have to say is that when you are working out and you're trying to achieve a certain goal in your physique, you have to remember this is a marathon. A marathon not to sprint, but to run it. Now, the reason why I say marathon is because it's a very long journey, depending on your body composition as well. So, as I said about body composition, some people, as some people react very differently. I don't sorry, not some people. I should say everyone's body reacts differently when it comes to working out. So, for instance, I can give you examples that some people, if you have Chris Bumstead's fantastic gene, no matter how you work out, your body will react in a very positive way, and you will gain the muscles that you require. Now, are you sort of? I'm saying that when you have Chris Bumstead's genes, I don't mean that if he just works out very trashly and very terribly, he's going to become who he is today and win the Mr. Olympia. No, no, no. But I meant that if he was just an average Joe, he didn't go and compete in Mr. Olympia, and he were just to work out about 1 hour, 3 to 5 times a week, 3 to 5 times a week, he will get a very nice physique. Would he look like Mr. Olympia? No, but he will definitely have a very good physique, better than the average Joe, better than the average people. And he will also get that physique in a very short amount of time. And how short we're talking about? It could be in a year. In 1 year's time, or even within the 1 year, he will look very phenomenal. He will look like a Marvel superhero character in Hollywood. He would. He would look like that. But again, like I said, would he look like Mr. Olympia level? No. Like I said, if he wasn't competing and he wasn't trying to look in a certain way, and he just decided to start lifting and work out, he will look like a Marvel superhero in a very short amount of time. Because like I said, his genetics, his genes, his body composition has allowed him to have this positive reaction to it. Now, unfortunately, if you have physique like me, which is like an average Joe, where you do react, but sometimes you don't, and then not only that, as you're getting older, your body doesn't seem to behave in the way you want it to. You will be running this marathon for a very, very long time. And I'm talking about this is going to be longer than a full-length marathon, where how far is the marathon? How far is it? Okay, I can't remember if it's in miles or kilometers. Sure, it's kilometers. No, miles. Okay, but anyway, you know however long a full marathon is, you're going to have to double it, triple it, even, or even 10 times more than it should be. Because, like I said, body compositions is very different for everyone. Different people react differently. If you don't have a great genes like Chris Bumstead, you're not going to look like him in a very short amount of time, or you're going to look bad great. It's going to take a very, very long time. For instance, I can give you myself an example. I started working out when I was around maybe 25, 26 years old. Now, during that time, when I first lifted in the first 3 years probably, I didn't lift in the greatest way, in the greatest form. I didn't really know what workout to do. Well, I actually did. I did do quite a fair bit of research on the workouts to do. The only thing is that in my first year especially, I didn't go to the free weights room, because the gym I was in, it was first and second floor. And the second floor, okay, it's very weird. So the gym I go to makes me have to go upstairs, and the first floor I enter, that's literally the neutral floor. That's the first floor you go into. and then that's where all the machines and everything are. There's no free weights there. You have to go downstairs to access the free weights. So, uh, so when I was planning to go downstairs to access the free weights, I kind of made me nervous because I'm an introvert myself. So I didn't really want to go down there because what I saw was a lot of burly guys downstairs, a lot of people downstairs, and I didn't want to go there because I felt very nervous and shy. I didn't want to do anything wrong, or that I don't want to look like I'm silly or anything like that. Now I realize, everyone's making at some point, everyone will be like this, so I shouldn't, one myself, I would not, make judgmental looks, even though my neutral look looks a bit sassy, I'd say, or just looks very remiss or very annoying. But I try not to, and I try to be understanding and try to also be accommodating for newcomers and try to be helpful as well if they ever do need help. But nonetheless, for myself, I was nervous. I was um, shy as well, so I didn't access the free weight straight away. So I was only doing machines. So while I was doing machines, I did see some form of effects on my body, but uh, it wasn't a lot because the reason why is while machine is great for doing exercises, it's a very limited the amount of movement, especially if I don't know the movement very well. Like I said, I wasn't lifting very well, even though I did do some research. I did understand the fact that when you're doing those movements, you can't do half a rep or a quarter rep. You have to do a full rep. So, for instance, one thing I did notice when I was working out was that the chest press machine. Let's just do that. The cable chest press machine. When you're sitting down, you have the machine all the way down here, and you have to push it all the way up in front of you. When I've used this, I've only went down possibly if I were to judge it myself, I think I've went down around here, like maybe halfway, and then push it back out, like just barely going back down to like this neutral position, or even going close to the neutral position. I was halfway because my body reacted saying that it hurts, don't do it anymore, if you're stretching too much. And obviously I listened to my body saying, yeah, okay, go down because it hurts. It does hurt because lifting weights does hurt your body. But it's for good. It's a good reason to hurt because you're tearing the muscles, the best muscle fiber, and don't entering these tiny micro muscle fibers helps it to grow. But nonetheless, it's that I was going halfway on these machines, and I wasn't going for the full length. Because of this, I wasn't getting the full benefits or the full effect of growing muscles, and it persisted for quite a few years. Well, first year especially, as I was learning and learning to lift. And on the first year, I then researched more, realizing, oh, I need to do the full length of pushing and pulling and all that stuff. And the second one, my thing that wasn't doing well was my diet. My diet wasn't that great as well. So it's a lot of ready-made meals and everything, and I didn't really cook a lot for myself. The only thing I did cook for myself was lunch, and that's it. But there are times where I didn't also work out, and because I didn't work out, I didn't really eat much as well. So during those years, as well, up to about the 3 years, I wasn't looking after myself very well in terms of working out and eating and dieting. There are times where I just haven't ate for 2 days or more than three. Like I just consecutively just didn't eat for that long, and it it was because of life itself was exhausting. I mean, working and all that stuff, and I didn't enjoy life, and work was even worse. I didn't enjoy work. I didn't find it fulfillment. So because of this, I didn't, really find any meaning in myself. Because of this, I also skipped work as well. And while skipping work, I just laid in bed, just didn't move. I didn't I just slept. I just literally just slept for days on end. And until like the second day, I just felt like, okay, I'm getting too hungry. I should go and eat. I could really feel my body back then with like how weak I got, but I still I felt very anemic and just very lightheaded. Uh, so during those 2 3 years, I was in a limbo of not wanting to work, uh, not eating properly, properly. Sorry, I can't pronounce my words. Not going, not working out in a consistent manner. There are times where I work out for a consistent week, like 2 3 weeks, but also breaks it off, and then not working out, then go back to working out again. So it's like this endless loop where I'm just going back and forth of not working out, not working out, working out, eating, not eating, eating, not eating. It was I can see if my body was alive like Cells Had You Up the anime. I did watch that. By the way, that was a great anime. I do love that. That was very informational, and I do enjoy the comedy behind it as well, and the information it provides. But if I were to imagine my body like cells at work, I can see my body reacting very negatively and calling cry for help because whilst there are times where I am feeding myself very well nutritiously and getting my body active as well, doing things and stuff, and my body is happy. There are weeks and days where I just don't do anything and just not eating properly, and my body is like, oh my god, what happened? Where's all the nutrients? Where's all the things that we need for the body to function? Yeah, it was quite a doozy. It was very quite a doozy. It was maybe the fourth or the fifth year, maybe I think, where I've actually started to commit and become more consistent in working out and actually eating well on a daily basis and properly as well. I've start to see some growth in my body. I've actually seen like shoulders, like the biceps and back and all that stuff. And that's when COVID hit. Yep, that's when COVID hit. When I was starting to actually see actual progress in myself and growth, COVID hit. And it did not work out for a good 2 years, maybe good 2 years. It did not work out. Because the first year I was bedridden with COVID. I was very sick. I was pretty much on a near deathbed situation because that's how sick I was. Luckily, I did not need to go to the hospital, but I was at home. And luckily, my family came to the UK, and I was able to have my family to look after me. My goodness, because if I'm by myself, I don't know what to do. I may actually have to go to the hospital to get looked after. But luckily that time, I don't need to. I wasn't in a serious situation where I have to go to the hospital. I just need to be at home resting. But luckily, I do have people at home to look after me. So very lucky, very lucky, very very grateful, grateful as well. That's the word I'm looking for. There's a lot of grace in it, a lot of gratefulness to it. And all I can say is just that was very lucky in that time. That was very lucky for me because I feel like I may have actually ended up being dead because of how poorly I was, and I don't think I'll be able to eat, and I think I'll be going to the point where I will try to starve myself to death. But nonetheless, moving on, I don't want to get too depressing. Next, after COVID, I went back into working out. I thought to myself, okay, my body has become a blob. I look like a middle-aged man with a stomach and everything. I am going to get myself back into shape, back into gear. I'm going to work out, keep well, and everything. And I have to say, it felt like newbie games all of a sudden. I was working out for the first year. My body reacted very, very quickly. I was gaining muscles. I was getting back into shape, and it was amazing to see myself in a weekly basis situation where my body was transforming. I felt amazing actually. I felt very, very good about myself until I stagnated. I stagnated for a good 1 or 2 years, I should say. Because after the first year of working out, seeing my body react in a very positive way, my body has stopped reacting, and I wasn't sure why. Of course, I found out why now, but back then I don't know why. I felt like I was doing everything correctly. I was doing the exercise properly. I was doing the full range of motion, going all the way down and then back all the way up. If it's not pulling, if it's the pushing, going all the way out, going all the way back into my body. Same and so on and so forth. And for squats, I was doing the same thing, going as deep as I can, as low as possible, and everything. I was doing everything. I was doing everything well and doing everything correctly, I should say, full range of motion. But nonetheless, my body wasn't growing. My body was no longer gaining muscle, that's the best I can describe it. And I was wondering to myself, why? Why is it not? And I don't know why. I kept thinking about it. And I've done research and everything, and I've done all that I can. I still don't know why. And now, spoiler alert, even though I did the research, I didn't understand it, and I was too stubborn and ignorant to actually see the change needed in my workout. So, what was the problem? What was the reason of my workout wasn't working for me? Biggest one was that I was doing too much. Literally, I was doing too much. So, the way I can describe this now, when I work out for at least 2 hours. At least 2 hours, I say. And when I'm working out, I do all the exercises I could think of. For instance, if let's say it was the back day, I was going to do back day. I will do all the back exercises that's available in the gym. For instance, like the rowing, the seated row, the chest supported seated row, the dumbbell row, barbell row, and then the using the handle, putting the barbell between your legs, in front of you, like straight, and then using the handle as support, and then pulling it as well, bent over, supporting, handle, barbell row, or whatever you call it, and then all sorts of it, and it gets to a point where it's like 2 hours long, and then I thought, it's not efficient, so I'm going to do two different body exercises workouts. So I do back and chest workout. So I do as many back exercises as I can and many chest exercises I can within the 2 hours range. As you can tell, it was too much. Now, when I switched to doing two body parts exercise, so I was training for two different bodies in one day, I did start to see some improvement in my body. Because originally I was focusing on one body group, was like say back day, chest day, arm, bicep, tricep, and whatnot. I wasn't going anymore because, as I said, there was too much. And which I had enough, when I switched to two body group, I started to see changes. But not because I realized that I was doing too much. It was because I thought it was not efficient enough. I should do two body groups in one day. And it was one of those situations where what's the phrase again? I can't remember the phrase, but it was like I found the positive in a bad situation, and it was because I became efficient by doing 2 body groups in one day. I've cut down the total amount of working sets in the week, but because I'm no longer doing too many, because I was doing too many, I was just doing many. So from extreme of too many going down to just doing many. So I was still doing many workouts, but because I dropped it down, my body starts to react better because I'm getting the rest I needed, and my body's able to produce the required rest and nutrients and everything to help it grow. So it starts to grow again. So I thought, oh, this is good. I am in the right track. I am improving now. My body is reacting. Then after a while, it starts to stagnate. And when it stagnated, I start to not work out as much as I used to. And because of this, I end up not going to the gym as much. I still go weekly, still, not sometimes. But I would work out either once or twice a week, mainly for quite a majority of the year. And because of that, I was still seeing some form of changes, but not in a drastic way, if that makes sense. Or I can't really see it as much. Because, like again, as I was saying, I was doing too much exercise. And because it dropped down to 1 or 2 times a week, I was seeing better results. But again, I didn't plan it as good as I should have. And because I was only doing once or twice a week, it wasn't, I wasn't seeing the change I needed or seeing the growth I needed in my body. But nonetheless, as that year passed, I think that was in 2024, so now it was last year, 2025, I've actually dedicated myself to work out more and actually do more research and to find what is the actually best number of workouts you should do for your body, how you should plan it and everything, and I try to mimic or copy other trainers as well, how they set their plans as well, from fitness YouTubers and other type people as well. And the more I researched, the more I found is that, the reason why the tasks I was doing in my tasks I wasn't growing as much because I was doing too much and I burnt myself out. Because of that, my body reacted negatively, and obviously, entering my 30s, my body couldn't keep up with that kind of extreme, intense workout. So, from then, in 2025, I decided to work, try to calculate as the total number of working sets I do in a week. That is all I do for that particular body group. For instance, I have, let's say I have chest and back for that week. And through that week, I will do only about maybe maximum 20 working sets. Now, it's still too much actually. I only found out about this maybe last month that it was actually 20 was too much. Should be anywhere from around 8 to 12 apparently, total working sets in a week. But then, nonetheless, I just dropped down to 20 because before I was doing about, I think I was doing about maybe 40 working sets in the week, or even more. That's a really crazy amount of sets. But nonetheless, I dropped it down to about 20 per week or less, sometimes about 16 or 18, or the maximum 20. But nonetheless, that was my week, and I was actually seeing better improvement in my body. I was actually seeing some form of growth. I was like, oh, my chest looks somewhat subtly bigger. My arms look subtly bigger, and my back looks more defined and more refined than usual. I was like, oh, this is really good. This is really, really good. I see that my result, my research is coming to fruition, which is really, really good. I'm really proud of myself. Now, as I said, I have to do more research and do more understanding, and the more I've researched and understand, I've actually come to a better position now, today, especially today, where I'm eating a good amount of nutrients, protein, and everything, and I'm working out a good amount of working sets in total per week. Because, like I said, I was changing my workout program throughout throughout the years, I should say, and I've changed from doing five sets per exercises to down to 2 sets now. And when I'm doing these sets, I start from heavy, then go to the lightest. Before I was going from light to heavy, so that made this. Then which then realized actually it's actually better to do from heaviest set all the way down to lighter set, lighter weight set. And when I did that switch, it actually showed, oh, I actually feel, the change in my body, and I'm able to control the weight way better. And when I'm doing the reps I'm doing, it makes more sense because I'm actually able to judge how strong I'm able to lift certain weights. Because when I'm lifting lighter weights, I'm full of energy. At the start, you can wreck it up very quickly. But then once you get into the heavier set, you're like, you're very tired. And when you try to lift it, you're like, you can only manage maybe 1 or 2 or even 3 maximum reps. But you're like, I don't know if I'm actually getting stronger or not. I can't. It's very hard to gauge it. But then, okay, but now I've switched it, going from the heavier set to lighter set. I'm able to do actually about 8 reps in these heavy weights, or even 10 to 12. And then once I reach to 10 to 12 reps range, I realize I can then move it up to the next weight to to challenge it, to challenge my body. And I've actually seen a better result in terms of what I see in my records. I can see my weights are that I lift are getting higher and higher, which is really good for hypertrophy purposes as well. So I'm really, really impressed, and I'm really, really happy about that. So yeah, I'm really glad that my body is reacting in a positive way, and that it's going in the right direction I want it to. And yeah, it's been a long journey. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that yeah, that's what I was trying to talk about. But originally, I was talking about is that life is a marathon, and I see the my own life. It's been a very long journey, and the way how my body has reacted so far is I am getting there. I believe I will get to the shape I want to have in the near future. It's not there yet, but I can see my body changed a lot more than it was when I first started. And I can see that change. It's really good. It's a long journey, but nonetheless, I have reached to a certain level of proficiency. And now that I can see that my current workout split is the best for me, obviously I can still improve it, but nonetheless, it's still the best plan I have come up with. And it is definitely working for me as well. So yes, so as I said, working out, doing workouts and all this stuff, it's a journey. It's a long, long journey. It's a marathon. You can't sprint this out. And what's this? What did the European car say? What did the European car say to the American car who wouldn't let him pass? All right, Timmy Dam 6428. Tell me the joke. What did the European car say to the American car who wouldn't let him pass? What did they say? I don't know. Tell me the joke. Oh, they left. Okay. All right. Oh, well, doesn't matter. Let me just. Oh, hold up. Sorry. Audi my way. Ah. Very funny. Very, very well. Very good. Yes. Very good job. I enjoyed it. Jimmy, no, sorry, Timmy Dam 6428. I like your dad joke. I like your style. You got any more? Oh, uh, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So, working out, I have to say, working out is a long, long journey. It's a marathon. Don't sprint it. Don't try to take the shortcut. Enjoy the process. Enjoy um, the journey you would have on your fitness journey, on your in your life as well. Enjoy every moment of it as well, because that's what I did. And although I done a lot of mistakes and everything, I still found joy in doing so. Oh yeah, Timmy Dam 6428. Tell me your joke. What joke do you have for me? Or you're just saying yeah to what I'm just saying? Yeah. But yeah. That is life. That is... Yeah, I can't. What was I trying to say? I lost my train of thought now. Yes, so yeah, that's about it about my workout journey, my workout life, and my advice to you all about working out as well. So yeah. Oh, let me see what you got for me. What's a shrimp's favorite part of a pizza? I don't know. What is their favorite part of a pizza? Whilst Timmy sharing his jokes, let me think of a topic we can yak about. Oh, the crustacean. Okay, Timmy Dam 6428. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you have a fantastic evening as well. Good night to you. Bye bye. And thank you for the jokes. Oh, pardon me. Why is my phone buzzing? Okay. Nothing important, which is good. Okay. Well, I guess that's been fun. This has been a fun evening. This has been a good evening too. Although not great for my streaming, because like I said, on Restream I don't know why I decided to not stream my content whatsoever on YouTube and Twitch only till I refreshed it, which is stupid. But I'm glad Streamlabs has been working the entire time. Well, Streamlabs, thank you for being useful and working. I will have to say one thing is that using your settings and functions has been a bit of a nightmare for me. I'm still learning. I will, when I have time to do more research on how to use these functions and settings, I will definitely you know no make use of it. But not right now. Life is tiring. Sometimes I just like to laze around like a cat. If only I could laze around like a cat. That would be nice. Okay, but anyway, I think I'm going to call it a day today. So, for all of you that joined, thank you all, and I do appreciate you all for watching my live stream, watching me yap for this long. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend and a good evening as well. I'll see you all next time. Should I stream tomorrow? Yeah, I'll stream tomorrow. I'll come back tomorrow. Don't know what I'm planning to do tomorrow, but I will stream tomorrow. What time? I don't have one just yet, but yeah, I'll stream tomorrow. Keep the notification up. Yeah, subscribe, join, or oops, angle the keyboard to the top. Oops. Yeah, subscribe to my channel um, to and then turn notifications on whatever it is that you need to do. I'm terrible at this. I do apologize, but I hope to see you all next time, and I do hope you all. Yeah, I hope to see you all next time. So yeah, all right, this is it. This is Anime Mouse Guy signing out. Internet. Good night. Now ending stream on my Twitch and YouTube. Good night to you too, Internet.